Hey there, giant fans of fun. It's Thad, the theme park giant, and this is part of my Epic Universe coverage. I was able to go to the park recently. I've actually gone twice. The second time I was able to film, so I got a ton of content. I already put out a full, huge, long mega vlog of my day at the park, but I wanted to break things out more in easier to digest chunks. So I'm going to do a video for each of the different portals, including Celestial Park. And we're starting off with my favorite, Dark Universe. So this will be all about Dark Universe. Check out all the footage I've got here. And then at the end, I'm going to come back and give my full review of the Dark Universe portal and the rides in that area. So we'll be back in a little bit, but enjoy Dark Universe. We're at the portal for Dark Universe. This is the Universal Classic Monsters land. Has the Frankenstein Monsters Unleashed ride, which, after riding it this morning, I think is the best ride here at the park. I'm not counting Stardust Racers because comparing a roller coaster like that to a themed ride just doesn't seem fair, but Monsters Unleashed is the crown jewel of the park, in my opinion. It does absolutely incredible things with practical sets, animatronics, and very little use of screens, but they're done very well when they do it. But enough about that. We're in Darkmoor now. I also think this is my favorite of all the themed areas. Oh, we got Igor over here. He's out meeting and greeting now. Saw the Invisible Man this morning. Yes, the village of Darkmoor. Looking forward to this at night. Monster makeup experience is back there in the corner. You'll see people walking around with that done. Got a shop here. Spooky theming. Cannot wait for the sun to go down. I know that guy. Oh, okay. So here is Das Steakhouse. I actually ate here last time. Food was pretty good. It's quick service. So their quick service here, you sit down at a table and order. I think I explained that earlier. But Das Steakhouse was good. I had a pork belly and like mashed potatoes and vegetables. It was really good. Like better than what I would expect for a quick service place, but I did prefer the Harry Potter place we ate at today. Now, here we are at Frankenstein's castle. The lighting effects look so cool even in the daytime. The lighting effects throughout the queue are incredible. They have just absolutely nailed the theming of this entire portal. Oh, we got the fog pouring in here.
You ever lose me in Epic Universe? No, another experiment from the good doctor.
We have the actual ride entrance over here. You got the standby line to the left, and then express or single riders to the right. I did the express line earlier, and you actually do see most of the queue. You don't see all of it, just a heads up. There were some parts I did not get to see. And the Monsters Unchained ride safety sign. Biggest thing here, 48-inch height requirement. And we'll take a look at the seats here in a second. They do have a test seat for it. If you did not know, this is a very similar ride to Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey at Islands of Adventure, where you sit on the magical benches, fly around. They're attached to the robot Kuka arm. No different here, but like I've said, Epic is trying to make things a little more accommodating for people. So if you sit in the middle, 2 seats, they're bigger. If you sit on the outside, they're the more standard size. Now, in the past, when I was unable to ride Harry Potter, I was over that 52-inch diameter I always talk about, but I'm not quite sure the exact specifications on this one, but I do go by that 52-inch. So here, I do have the green light. I mean, so like it's not even on me really. It's hard to see, but like that's not even pressed on me, and I have plenty of room here. Got the green light. I'll take a look at like the normal seating just to show that too. But, ow. There you go, I smacked my head. And as you can see over here, got the green light. So if I go, so that is on the standard seating. You can still see I have plenty of room here. I'm 48 inches around, so I don't know. I think 52 you'll be all right, especially in the modified seating. These are pretty forgiving. I do think the Darkmoor area is my favorite of the portals. I'm not as into the other IPs probably. I mean, I like Nintendo a lot. I grew up with it, but the Universal Monsters is just such a better IP for a theme park. And I feel like they just absolutely crushed this. The first time I walked in here, I said to my friends, it looks like an HHN house got turned inside out and got its entire land. Can't wait to ride. One great thing about Epic Universe, they have a lot of walk-around characters, kind of like Streetmosphere types in each area. Right now, the Invisible Man is out meeting and greeting people. I've seen Igor, the bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein. I think those are the only characters. There is this walk-around violin player over here you can kind of see, but really adds a lot to the park. Just heads up, today we do have Express, so I will be doing all the Express queues, so you may not see everything that you'll see in the standby. But I'm also not going to complain that I have Express.
It's not human anymore.
Like that.
Come closer, little labrats. Come close. I won't hurt you. Yet. I sense fear in your hearts. You're right to be afraid. Darkness lies ahead. Now is the time to abandon Hey, where's the fun in that? I agree, you delightful freak. Sadly, this is not that kind of experiment. Look closely. This is a catacombs navigation unit. All you little lab rats and your little lab rat friends get to ride one. You sit, he goes steers, nothing goes wrong. Yes? Don't look at that. This is just the emergency meter function. All according to plan.
Igor, you're bothering our guests. Send them in. I'm ready for them.
Yes, doctor. The doctor will see you now. This is fun, yes?
Today, you chosen few will witness my greatest discovery yet. Together, we will finish what my great-grandfather started. They called Henry a monster. They were afraid of what he had done. But you will see, there's nothing to fear. Show them. Lower the lights quickly. Now, these people are friends. See? There's nothing to be afraid of. He is amazing, better than the original. He is the key to our most exciting experiment. For years, I have studied and controlled the monsters that prowl the darkness. And only one remains. I will control my ultimate challenge. Count Dracula. Calm yourself. That wasn't us.
Silence, creature. I will destroy you and
These two just don't get along. The Dracula experiment is the last piece of the puzzle. And with your help, the world will never see the name Frankenstein the same again. Open the doors! Our greatest victory is just through there.
Let's go all the way down to the furthest available locker station. Starting with 6, going on to 5, 4, 3.
And this roller coaster track you're seeing, this is the Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster. It is a launched, spinning, mock roller coaster. It does kind of a fake double launch. And then you go into this shed here, you can kind of see it. And that's where the werewolves are. But I won't say much more about that part. I don't want to spoil anything. Here is the entrance to Curse of the Werewolf. It's like a pack of mystics have moved in on the village. So you see the wagons and things. There's tents everywhere. The ride is currently in a delay, having issues.
Attention, we've come upon a minor setback. The curse of the werewolf is experiencing a brief delay.
So the test seat for Curse of the Werewolf is over here just to the left of the entrance. Right now it's blocked off. I think there's another one closer to the ride, but since it's not open right now, I can't really show it. But I will tell you, as a taller guy, I struggled with this one. So I'm 6'5". The problem is the trains basically are only to here. So if you have long legs, you're probably going to hit that. If you can cross your legs, that'll really help. I could not do that because my feet are too big, so I couldn't cross them. But just a warning, if you have long legs, this one can be kind of rough. And then we do have the ride safety sign for Curse of the Werewolf. If you're 40 inches, you can ride with a supervising companion. But if you're under 40, if you're under 48 but above 40, you have to ride with a supervising companion. If you're over 48, you're fine to ride alone. So they have a few of those rides, but a lot of really low height requirements, which is awesome. Since Werewolf is having issues, not gonna get to see it run. Well, you can hear all sorts of shenanigans going on inside of that shed right now. Oh, it's about to start. So as it comes to the shack, you'll see it doesn't quite make it up the hill, and you go back into the shed. It goes back out the other side, and then you get launched up and over this hill we're standing by. There it goes. So the spinning on this is not controlled. So if you are like off balance with the weight, how you do your seating with your party, you could spin like crazy on this thing, or not spin at all. One of the park's icons is the Burning Blade Tavern. It's recreating the end scene of the Frankenstein movie, where they trap him in there and burn him down. Unfortunately, the fire effect is not working today, so typically these blades are spinning and they'll actually start on fire. It's like every 15 minutes or something. But I have not seen it work today. I was really hoping to see it tonight, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But I've seen this before the last time I was here, and it is one of the coolest effects. And even during the day, it looks fantastic. So at night, I know it's going to look incredible. The Burning Blade is a tavern. So they do have drinks, they've got some food options, and it's actually a really cool theme in there. We're going to walk in and check it out, because if you're into the monsters at all, you will love it. Thank you. It's actually a lot less busy than last time I was in here. Main reason I wanted to come in, just to show you the wall here behind the bar. This is like a monster hunter club, so they've got their trophies mounted up on the wall. Got a wolf man, creature from the Black Lagoon, some other really weird stuff, but very cool theming. They got garlic up everywhere. Yeah, definitely check this place out. I think it's going to be one of the more popular places to have a drink at the park. So if you're ever in Darkmoor and you start to hear the music swell, that's your hint that the blades are going to start on fire. Because it's supposed to signify basically like the monsters are loose and now the villagers are running over here to set the windmill on fire. Or at least that's how it's been explained to me by people in the know. I love the trees that they grew, because I believe they purposely grew them to be like super curved and things like that. They grew them for years in anticipation, and they look awesome. Let's take a look at the merch shop here in Dark Universe. I didn't come in this shop a couple weeks ago when I was here. Some pretty good stuff. That's a cool shirt. And they got a Wolfie plushie. Wolfman. Oh yeah, they got all of them. There's the Wolfman hoodie. I like the scratch with the hair coming out. And of course, if you wanted to dress up as the creature, they've got all that for you. Or the bride. Got a nice little coffin here.
Yeah, it's that one.
Lots of monster merch, if that's what you're looking for. So you can hear the bells ringing. That's always the start of the process for the windmill starting on fire. So you hear the bells, then the music will swell. It'll basically move its way across Darkmoor towards the windmill. So if you kind of follow it, you will get to see, if it's working, the windmill start on fire. Love this graveyard right as you come in. And it's finally time to see Darkmoor at night. Portal looks even cooler now. Now it definitely feels like HHN now, with the sun going down.
You look amazing. Thank you.
Oh, Igor's out again.
Look at this thing.
I'm telling you, it's giving HHN. And I haven't even been to HHN in New York.
There's the castle at night.
Alright, that works. There's an extra piece that's only
How we feeling?
Got the fog rolling in. really, there's no lights for that ride. That's actually pretty cool. To be that pitch black. I can't even see it. This area is so freaking cool. Oh, I wish the windmill was working today. Not complaining though. Looks so cool. Last little hill before you go back to the station. You go right over us. Maybe. There it goes. Curse of the Werewolf. Ride entrance here. Pretty cool sign. Darkmoor got real busy tonight, especially compared to the crowds earlier this morning. So we came and rode it right away. It had a bit of a delay, but we were literally the first people in the express line when it opened. So we were on like one of the first cars of the day. We were very, very lucky. And then it broke down for a few hours, but it's up and running again. I kind of want to get one more ride on it because, like I said, I'll do more reviews later, but I do think Monsters Unchained is the best attraction at this park. All right, giant fans of fun. I hope you enjoyed that quick, well, long tour, day and night footage of the Dark Universe portal. Obviously, I mean, I'm wearing the shirt. I absolutely love this portal. This was the IP I was most excited about with Epic Universe. You know, you don't have Universal without the classic monsters, so I love that they gave them a whole land, and then the Monsters Unchained, I have a real issue with wanting to call it Unleashed for some reason. But Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experience, I think is the best ride at this park. It is, so my all-time favorite ride that's not a roller coaster is the Haunted Mansion at the Magic Kingdom. So I love dark rides like that. This is kind of the new age Haunted Mansion, I would say. Like, it's a dark ride. It uses practical sets. So if you've been on Forbidden Journey, Harry Potter over at Islands of Adventure, it uses the exact same ride vehicle. It's those benches on the Kuka robot arms, and they travel on the tracks on the cars. So it's the same idea, but they use way more practical sets. The animatronics are absolutely incredible for all the monsters, and you see all of them. Like, I'm not going to spoil much, but like, you see all the classic monsters up close and personal. They're huge, they're detailed, they move so lifelike. And then Universal, you know they get a lot of crap for being the screen parks here in Orlando. You know, they do use a lot of projections and screens, but they used them sparingly on this ride. And when they did use screens and projections, it was done amazingly well. It meshed together with the practical effects and sets to do these stunning visuals. I think they knocked it out of the park. this might be like the best dark ride I've ever seen. Um, I've always said like Rise of the Resistance is like for a grand scale, something that big. Like I just never seen anything like that. But I think this tops it. Um, I think this will be a ride that Disney's next few things are compared to because the theming and storytelling is at such a high level that I don't I think it's impossible to compare. So I do think Disney has to hit some home runs here in the next few years because Epic's got a few. But yeah, more on those later. But yeah, Monsters Unchained is a stunning ride. It is like I was just smiling the whole way through. I got off like I wanted to go again. We were doing a bunch of stuff in the park that day, but I only got one ride on it, and I cannot wait for when I go back after the park officially opens to ride it again because, like I said, it is my favorite. Um, Curse of the Werewolf is the spinning mock roller coaster. Some spoilers here, so if you don't want to hear some things, but I feel like it's hard to give a review on it without spoiling a couple things. But I had expected animatronic um, wolf man creatures, and they're actually just static. Like you go through that shack, and there's a couple up in the ceiling, and they're just hanging there. They don't do anything. So that was really disappointing. I think I just expected a little more because everything at this park is animated. I mean, you go in a gift shop, there's animated things. All the restaurants have things. So I just thought it was strange to have one of your, I guess, big rides, with an iconic, the werewolf. Um, to not have an actual animatronic in there was a little disappointing. And then I found the ride just to be kind of fairly bland. I mean, it is a family spinning coaster. And then I was turned off because the seats are really small for leg room, and I was honestly uncomfortable. So it's probably my least favorite ride of anything I've done at the park. But um, you know, it that's not to say it's not good. It's just I didn't think it fit in with the rest of the rides at Epic. Um, Food wise, I did eat at Das Steak the last trip, so I couldn't record any of that. But the meal I had was really good. I thought it was fairly priced. I had the pork belly with there was like this like maple glaze, and it was on like mashed potatoes. It came with all these different kind of vegetables, like there were black carrots and some other things, but everything's supposed to look like dead or blood. Um, the food was tasty, like I said, and I think it was like 20.99, and it was a decent sized portion, but like a little more upscale for like quick service food. Everything I've had at Epic, but yeah, all in all, the food was really good, and the theming of that restaurant is awesome. I didn't get any footage of it this trip, but yeah, it's really cool. It's this tells a story about how this couple, man and woman vampire, basically invade Darkmoor and are killing people and harassing the villagers. And each different part of the restaurant kind of tells a story of like the villagers rising up and actually killing them. And their bodies are actually hung up in the restaurant and they have like stakes in them. So um, even the restaurants tell a story at this park. And then the Burning Blade, I gave you a tour of that. The Burning Blade's super cool. It's unfortunate the windmill wasn't working last time I was there because it is really awesome and I cannot wait to see it at night. But all in all, Darkmoor, the crown jewel, in my opinion, in terms of theming, plus the Monsters Unchained ride. It's easily my favorite portal at Epic, and all the portals are incredible. I'm not including Celestial Park as a portal. That's the hub, so more on that later. But yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, I'd give this like an 11. It's that good. So, Dark Universe. Hope you enjoyed this. Just very long, detailed tour of it and review. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer anything. But yeah, that's going to do it for this in-depth look at the Dark Universe portal at Epic Universe. Thank you for watching. Once again, I'm Thad, the theme park giant. Get out there and make it a giant day of fun. We'll see you next time.